What are you? Where are you from? Is so weird for someone who's, you know, ethnically something else, but basically Canadian, and may have been Canadian for generations.
It's always worded that way.
Yeah.
What are you?
Yeah, and it's not
never like what's your nationality or where do you come from? What are you?
What are you? I'm Canadian, and always have been.
It's great, I guess, for Japanese community coming here, but it's all Japanese to me.
She speaks such good English. My mom going, yes, that's my daughter. I thought she was one of those exchange students.
What I always tell people is my whole background, because I'm not just of Japanese ancestry, I'm of other ancestry as well.
Sushi, sushi, sushi. It's ridiculous after all this time that I don't know how to make it yet. So here we go.
As you look through the people that go through the culture centers, and you know, when you go to funerals or weddings, and you see how many interracial marriages there is, the Japanese seem to have moved through all the cultures, not just Japanese and white.
My mother, who is not Japanese, made a decision when I was born, or pretty soon thereafter, that she was going to do her darndest to make sure that I knew what it meant to be part Japanese.
In some ways, although they're Hapa, they may identify with the Japanese more.
I learned like the Japanese names for things that we had, because we had anglicized the names of lots of like Japanese foods and stuff like that.
After the bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941, Canadians of Japanese ancestry were considered enemy aliens. My father was 4 years old when the family was evacuated from their home in New Westminster to Caslow, a small ghost town in the BC interior.
Well, the neighbors were kind, but it's the government that, you know, stopped everything and took all the boats away. And
My grandmother spent one winter essentially in a tent, living on potatoes.
I'd rather see something in the history books, you know, more than 2 lines of my parents' history in Canada, rather than, you know, a check.
They could have saved themselves a ton of money with a simple apology 20 years earlier.
We don't know Japan. Canada was our country.
I don't think you can wrap it all up in a neat little package. I think it's a very complex story, and it is, as I've come to realize, it's a Canadian, you know, it's a Canadian story. It's not a Japanese story, it's a Canadian story.